You're saying that you went out and inspected the property after you had removed the debris and he had complained to you about runoff, right?
Yes.
And you said, based upon your observation, the level of soil at the property next door, the city lot, was higher than his backyard.
Yeah, 100%.
And you believe that it was that difference in height of the dirt to his backyard that was creating the runoff?
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back to that original picture that we saw here. Okay, this is his house and his backyard and your lot, we can see at the top of the photograph, at the time before you removed the debris, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And as he pointed out earlier, if we go down and take a close look at his back deck, it looks like it's the gray stone, right? No mud.
Yes.
No mud at all. So it doesn't appear that there's even a grain of mud in that. So what is your explanation for why it doesn't appear that there had been any runoff before you removed the debris?
I mean, I didn't check it out, but just from being a contractor and that level being higher than the second property, there's no dirt there. It's all debris. That debris was there probably for a week or so, and he had no issues with runoff then, which he never said. He said just come get the get the debris removed because it's hitting his fence. So That's what we did.
When is the first time, Mr. Hasselstrom, that you noticed debris, mud, coming through your fence?
It was by mid-June. I don't have the exact date, but within a month is when I noticed it started to pile up and collect. And I observed them packing in that dirt behind my house and then dumping all the trash on top of it.
You're saying you saw Mr. Wright and his crew packing dirt in that little alleyway. You observed that?
Yes.
Why would we pack dirt? You got pictures of it?
Mr. Wright, were you actually present when the debris was removed?
Yes. I'm the owner of the company, so I was there pretty much all the time unless I went to get material or...
Did you, in excavating the house?
No.
No, well, hear me out here. Did you excavate the entire house? Did you demo the entire house?
No.
From top to bottom? What did you do?
So we tore off the back portion of a one-story addition, and we just made the 2-story, 3 stories up and concreted the backyard.
And you're saying during that entire process, you didn't have to move dirt?
No, there's no dirt. It's all concrete in Philly.
But to level the concrete, you didn't have to dig at all?
No, you don't have to dig. You put 4 inches of stone down and 4 inches of concrete.
But the stone goes on dirt, right?
The stone goes down on the dirt. So really, we need it. We need dirt.
But you also, one way to level it is to make sure you pick up some dirt to make sure it's level.
We use the stone for it. So we pack the dirt down with a tamper, and then you use the stone. And a lot of times we get a half a truck of dirt.
Okay, I'm going to open this up.
Mr. Hasselstrom, I'm finding it hard to understand why they would dump dirt in that alleyway. Trash, yes, but why would they pick up dirt and dump it there? Why not just leave the dirt there?
Good question. I'm not an expert in this field. However, what I witnessed was exactly what the judge was describing. They were clearing out dirt to be able to lay cement in that back house behind mine. So the dirt had to go somewhere.
Okay.
And they left it in the alley.
I've heard enough.
The parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you both. We have deliberated, reviewed the evidence, and reached a unanimous verdict. We also, in this case, in addition to considering the evidence that you presented in your testimony, took judicial notice of the weather patterns in your area of Pennsylvania for the entirety of the time that you lived there, Mr. Hasselstrom, because the fact that you'd only lived there a few months kind of gave us pause about whether or not you would have noticed this problem before. However, if either one of you recalls, the month of March 2024, that area saw 7-8 inches of rain, an enormous amount of rainfall for that time of year. So we believe you would have seen this problem before if the issue was simply the city put dirt there and it was running off into your property. And we found you credible that you wouldn't raise this issue if you already knew it was an issue from the rain. And frankly, given how many times you addressed this issue with the defendant, you would have addressed it with someone else before this. So for that reason, we believe that something about the construction, Mr. Wright, led to the runoff into Mr. Hasselstrom's property. Fortunately, unlike many construction cases, this was a pretty easy thing to remedy. It was $1,000. You were able to solve the issue, and it's done. And we believe that you should bear that cost. So our verdict is in favor of you, Mr. Hasselstrom, for the amount that you paid to remedy the issue, which is $1,000. So verdict in favor of the plaintiff for $1,000 and we wish you both the best.